Hello, friends, and welcome to something slightly different. Welcome to a new game that is coming out but not out yet that I think looks really promising. This is called The Emperor's Own. It's a RPG based in an alternate universe but influenced by Russia at the turn of the 19th century. I hope I remembered all that correctly. So the game boasts that it's going to be an incredibly non-linear storyline where choices matter a lot. And I mostly just think that the setting sounds really interesting. And honestly, looking at the screenshots and stuff, it kind of gives me Kingdom Come Deliverance vibes. Although I know it's probably not going to be open world like that game. It's more of a like heavily story-based thing the whole time, I think. Of course, it is also an incredibly early access. I'm playing an alpha build that you can download and play this as well on Steam if you want right now. But it's really, really early on. So as we go into the game, remember that it's pretty raw at this point and they have a lot of work to do still. But I really want to take a look at it because I think it will fit on the channel really well. And I hope you guys think it's as promising as I do. Let's check it out, shall we? Ooh, that was close. Okay. The year is 1803. Cornet Alexander Ublensky, a freshly minted Imperial Secret Intelligence officer, recently arrived at the capital and is now doing something.
The latest briefs.
And good morning to you as well.
All right, gentlemen. The time has come to figure out precisely what's going on in the borderlands.
The reports and rumors coming out of there are getting wilder by the day. Ghosts, men with the heads of wolves, satanic sacrifices, the dead rising from their graves, and no less than 5 sightings of the devil himself.
The last part is especially surprising, since Vlad hasn't been anywhere near those parts in almost a year.
I hope you're still as amused when I make you scrub the toilets all night.
So it's finally happened. The rabble has gone off the deep end.
Surely we're not going to waste our time on peasant superstitions.
Initially, we weren't.
Found some of them quite amusing, in fact.
However, recently we've been hearing far more insidious whispers. Some of the commoners have got it into their heads that all this is the result of the Emperor having lost God's favor, and that unless a change is made at the very top, we will all soon be overrun by demonic forces.
I see.
These matters have a way of getting out of hand if left unchecked, so we should put an end to this business as quickly as possible. You will ride for the province of Blagayask together, then split up. Vlad and Eugene will go to the city of Blagayask itself. Dmitri, Nick, and Alex, you will investigate the surrounding villages and homesteads.
Our orders?
Investigate the precise source of these rumors. Find the main agitators spreading them, and persuade them to stop.
Or kill them. Either way works for us.
Yes. Any other questions?
Nope, that was my question. Can the rumors be true?
Any chance that some of these rumors are true?
The dead come back to life and monsters summoned by the devil. Yes. You'd better bring a magic medallion and a silver sword. Wouldn't want Satan to catch you unprepared.
Right.
Right.
You ride immediately.
Yes, sir.
All right. Spoopy
All right,
rumors.
gentlemen. This is where we split up. Good luck.
You too.
What are you looking at, Alex?
I'm Alex then. Okay, there's a chest over there. Can we go loot it? Now, I read that the choices in the game matter a lot. That's what the devs are saying. So I wonder if this is the first choice. There's a chest over there. Should we go and loot it? Maybe there's a trap and it will murder us all. But maybe there's some
I see
shinies
something.
in it.
Over there in the bushes.
What is it?
I think it's a chest. A chest? In the bushes? How did it get there?
Maybe it fell off a wagon.
Then grew wings and flew up that hill.
Let's have a look.
It could have fallen from up the hill. I mean, honestly, it's pretty suspicious.
It's locked.
Maybe there's a key nearby.
Finding a chest in the middle of nowhere is unlikely enough. If we were to find the key to it as well, That would defy credulity entirely.
Yes, credulity,
And
yes.
why the hell do we even need a key? It's a chest, not a vault. Let's just break it open.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did he just
Sorry.
whistle the Zelda tune?
Something inside. Looks like a sword.
That's it? One sword?
It's a
Why
curse.
would you use a whole chest to store a single sword?
It's cursed.
And why would they just leave it
Telling
out here
you.
in the wilds?
It feels right for some reason. But just think for a moment how utterly preposterous this is.
Oh yeah, we're picking it up. Oh, we're picking it up. Bring on the curse.
What are you doing?
I'm taking the sword.
What for? You have a sword.
Maybe it's better than the one I have.
Better how? A sword is a sword.
Not true.
They're all more or less the same.
Not true.
Except the one you have is clean and sharp, and this one is old, rusty, and covered in God knows what.
Maybe I shall sell it. Or maybe I just want to keep... Maybe I'll polish it and it'll be beautiful.
Maybe I can sell it.
Sell it to whom? Who would buy a rusty old sword you found in the bushes?
And why would you want to? You know we get paid a salary by the service, right?
Did you already blow all your money? Gambling problem? Women? What's going on, kid?
If you need a little loan till the end of the month, you let me know. But peddling junk is a disgrace to the uniform. If someone sees you, we'll be a laughingstock.
Did that guy just sound like Henry? Or is it just me? I also think I recognize another voice actor. I wonder if this voice acting's actually final. I didn't expect it to be, but it's actually not bad, so maybe it is. I don't know. What if it's magic? Yes, what if it's magic? Then we can kill the skeletons with it.
What if it's not junk? What if it's a magic sword? A legacy of an ancient empire? A sword we'll need to defeat...
All right, you gotta lay off the sauce, kid. I'll tell them not to pour you so much at the next tavern. Drop that hunk of junk and let's go.
That guy is the other voice I recognize from.
Magic sword. Your magic
Don't-
sword is in your trousers.
Shut it, Dimitri.
Yeah,
It's not a
Dimitri
sword, it's the
sounds
hand
like
that
Henry.
wields it. I said shut the fuck up.
Whoa. Getting a little hostile there. Okay, I hope I took that sword. Is it... Hello? Oh, there we go. Okay. Outskirts of the village of Haleswood.
Imperial Guard! We're saved! The Emperor himself sent him here to save us from these horrors.
Nay, you fool. Wasn't you listening? That tyrant doesn't care about us one whit. They must be spirits. Demons come to hurt the lady.
The lady.
Right, what have we here?
They look so real.
We are real, idiot. Now get your hands away from me before I cut them off.
You will not touch the lady. We'll give our lives for her, to the man.
What lady? Yeah.
Must be some lady.
What's it to you?
You are after her. Die, foul spirits!
What? Greetings, friend, from warm and sunny Russia. Thank you for playing an early alpha version of Emperor's Own. This is the first playable chapter of the game. It's still in early work. Much will be fixed, changed, and improved, but the story of the first chapter is playable from finish to start. Major things we're still working on. The combat is placeholder. Remember that, friends. Combat, placeholder. We've whipped up something just to have for the alpha. We're reworking it completely to be much more interesting and intuitive, but that's still at the prototype stage. Most animations in the game are made by hand or with procedural generation, and it shows. In the full release, we plan to have full mocap for all dialogues and cutscenes. The world is still fairly empty. We've got a few Easter eggs hidden here and there, but most side content hasn't been implemented yet. The graphics will be improved all around, including the lighting and the character models. Instructions. Save frequently. Don't delete your old saves. Demo is playable from start to finish, but occasionally you may encounter bugs. There are bugs. It's a very early stage of the game. Expect things to be changed dramatically as development progresses, okay? Okay, let's do this. block. It actually reminds me a lot of when I played the Kingdom Come beta, honestly. They didn't have the combat fleshed out either when I was playing that. Okay, that's block. Ooh, it's a little jiggly whenever I attack.
Stay away, devils!
Are you guys, why are you crazy? Oh, I'm dying. And I want to kick this guy. I don't want to hurt your horsey though. Okay, my health is at half. Oh God. Oh, what did I just do? Oh. Oh, right, dodge. Oh my God, I'm dead. Yes, I am. Thank you. I'm very dead, yes. Okay, very early combat, yes. Very early combat. There is no hit detection, but I think I can get the hang of it. Yeah. Oh dear. Okay. That's a problem. I'll be right back. Okay, I was able to load a save that was supplied by the devs. That worked. Unfortunately, the combat is done where the save is. But, yeah, I'm sure we'll get to test out some more combat. Our current quest is to investigate the village of Haleswood, obviously to figure out why these people are insane and who that lady is that they're worshipping. So I know I can inspect things and interact with F, so I'm gonna repeatedly get stuck on this campfire. So, you know, I keep just saying that because I don't want you guys to judge it too harshly. I'm not being mean to the game. You know, Kingdom Come Deliverance, sorry to use that game again as a comparison, but when I played that game early in beta as well, it was very janky and, you know, crashed all the time. Everything was placeholder, and that's what we're dealing with here, basically. So I'm just gonna try and just get a feel of what they're intending, what they're planning, what this whole thing is about. So far, I'm liking it. We're gonna keep going. I'm not sure how long this video is gonna be either. We'll see how much technical difficulties I have. Is this, like, am I supposed to take my horse? I'm not really sure. I didn't see anything to investigate, and, maybe we're supposed to take our horse? Is this my horse?
Lead the way, Alex.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Why me? I thought you were in charge.
Sorry, I was supposed
That's
to
your
take my
first
horse.
mission with us. Therefore, we have to assess your abilities, and that includes your judgment. So, lead the way.
And don't worry. If you try to do something too stupid, we'll let you know.
Thanks.
I think
That's your sirs.
I need to look this up. Tom McKay. Voice in Emperor's Way. Well, I can't find anything on it, but it sure sounds like him to me. However, I do tend to mistake voice actors quite often for other voice actors. What does that say? Does that say something in English that I can read? No. I suppose that's like a, you know, a signpost for the road that we're on or whatever. Something in Russian?
Forward.
I'm trying to look around while I'm riding my horse. It seems that I can't really do that. Because wherever I turn my mouse, my horse looks.
What if I fail your test?
Don't worry. We know exactly how to deal with people who have seen too much. In fact, that's one of our specialities.
Wonderful.
Okay,
You shouldn't
there's no
complain.
question. There's no question.
You're lucky that you have us evaluating you. The guys I had, Andre and Yuri, I don't know which one was the bigger hard ass. When I suggested we rest after 3 straight days on the road, Yuri called me a pussy and said a bitch like me would never make it.
Sure sounds like him.
Rude.
And when I finally dozed off in the saddle on the 4th day, Andre smacked me in the head so hard I fell off my horse.
They sound charming. Can't wait to meet them.
I wouldn't be in a hurry if I were you.
Where are they now?
Killed in action. Both.
Sorry. Sorry to hear that. I'm like 90% sure that is Tom McKay. Who, if you don't know, plays Henry in Kingdom Come Deliverance. Hello!
Halt! Who goes there? Pox upon your half-wit. Can't you see these Imperial Guard?
Yeah.
Forgive the fool, my lords. Welcome to Ayleswood.
Thank you.
Who is in charge here?
Our alderman lives in the third house on the left.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Imperial Guard.
Imperial officers,
Long live His Imperial Majesty.
the Emperor's men.
God bless you, my lords.
God bless his Imperial Majesty.
Okay. Sucking up much? Jeez. It's fine. It makes sense.
Quick,
Ooh.
woman. Bread, salt, and victuals. My lords, I am Osip, the village alderman.
Hi.
To what do we owe the honour?
We've heard some interesting tales about these parts.
To put it mildly.
Good Lord be praised. I knew His Majesty would not leave us to these evil spirits. Oh, thank ye, my lords. Thank ye. I thought we were goners for sure.
We're here to help.
Calm down. We're here to help. Tell us what's going on here.
Oh, please, have a seat. It's as if hell itself opened up, my lord. There's wicked beasts prowling the countryside, digging up graves and raising the dead to walk again. Men possessed by infernal spirits are a common sight round our peaceful village. And that evil witch. Oh, God, have mercy on us sinners. The end times are upon us. I swear it.
Please, my lords, I hope you won't scorn what little we've got.
Not at all. Thank you for your hospitality.
You honour us, my lords.
Tell me about the witch.
Tell us about this witch of yours.
Oh, that whore's behind all our misfortunes. I just knows it.
'Tis so. She was once just an old woman, our healer. She lived in that house on the hill or yonder since I was a little boy. She kept to herself mostly, but she never harmed nobody. We'd go to her when we was sick and she gives us herbs and brews. But one day this spring, she disappeared without a trace. Gone for 2 moons she was.
Making a pact with the devil, no doubt.
Is this story going somewhere?
Aye, my lord. A fortnight ago, she comes back, but she was changed.
How so?
Her hair, 'twas once thin and grey, but it became lush and dark as the night itself. Her face, her eyes are the same, blue as the clear sky, but her face is now that of a young lass, and her breasts, once old and saggy, now they are supple and large like the...
Why was you looking at her breast, you old pervert?
Oh, you daft wench! Because she bewitched me! I'm a God-fearing man, my lords.
It's no excuse.
But she's turned me mind to evil thoughts, she has.
Oh, ye and every other man in the village, not to mention her wicked servants. The devil's whore she is, my lords, I swears it.
Has the witch actually harmed anyone in the village?
Aye, my lord, she tried. She tried, but we wouldn't let her. The day after she reappeared, she came down from her hill to the village square to work her foul magic. Oh, menfolk, they grew weak at the sight of her. She was charming them with her evil powers, she was, trying to take their minds for her own. But us womenfolk, we stood our ground. We told her that the devil's whore is not welcome, dear, amongst God-fearing folk. She tried to protest, but we wouldn't listen to her lies. We drove her away with the Holy Cross, we did, and sticks and stones for good measure. Our menfolk complained at first, said she was a nice girl even, but we opened their eyes to her devilry, we did, and slowly their minds came back to home and family, where they belong.
Get to the part where she hurt someone.
Aye, my lord. Some travellers came passing through the village later that day.
We warned them about the evil whore on the hill, But instead of avoiding her like God-fearing folk should, for some reason they went to visit her.
That's when she took their minds, she did, and turned them to her wicked purpose.
Interesting. Since they're visitors, how do they know they weren't already wicked, though?
We were attacked by some strange brigands just outside your village. Do you know who they were?
Mm-hmm.
Aye, my lord. Ordinary men they were until recently, but now their minds are gone, taken by demonic powers.
Right. Are they from around here?
But nay, my lord, they are passers-by bedeviled by that infernal witch. Took their minds, she has. Now they loiter around our village, steal our crops and livestock and harass our girls. Our boys had to take up arms to keep them at bay.
Strangely mundane activity for demonic powers to engage in.
They yelled about protecting some lady. Is that the witch you spoke of?
Aye, my lord, but no lady she is. A sorceress most wicked.
Okay, I get the point. I guess tell me about the beasts.
Those beasts you mentioned. Tell us more.
Aye, my lord. It began about a moon ago. One night, we heard strange like sounds coming from the woods.
Woods at night are always full of strange noises.
Nay, my lord. These were screams. Inhuman, piercing screams. Myself and some of the boys from the village, we crept up there to take a look, we did, and we saw wicked beasts. They walked as men, but they had the heads of wolves, with great red eyes, burning with the fires of hell, led by a great big one they were, tall as 3 men it was, and it had horns. Giant, wicked horns. Come to think of it, my lords, 'twas no mere beast, but the devil himself. Of that I'm certain. He looked at me with his evil eye, and that's...
That's enough. Go back to the beginning.
Huh? What's that?
This time, keeping in mind that lying to an Imperial officer is a capital offence.
Capital, my lord? As in where His Majesty lives?
As in if you lie to us again, we'll hang you.
Oh, beg mercy, my lord, I did.
Did you see this devil or not?
Nay, my lord. But the rest be true.
Uh-huh.
You saw men with heads of wolves.
Lord Almighty, strike me down if I'm lying. We saw them, and then we ran. We ran for our lives.
Was there anything else?
Aye. The village cemetery near the woods. A week ago, something dug up some of the graves at night.
Did they take anything?
The bones that was resting there. We found the graves empty.
Could it have been grave robbers?
Robbers? We's poor folk, we are. We don't bury our dead with naught of value.
And what would a robber want with bones? Nay, my lord. 'Tis demons from hell it is, raising the dead for their evil purpose. I just knows it.
One more question. We've heard there are people in these parts who think the Emperor is to blame for all these events.
Good Lord have mercy. No man here would ever say such a thing. We love the Emperor as we do our father, one and all.
Aye, my lord. You'll not hear such talk in this village.
But you have heard such talk elsewhere.
Have mercy, my lord. We's God-fearing folk we are. We know better than that.
All right. Thank you for the information. We'll see if we can work out what's going on here.
Clean and feed our horses in the meantime.
Aye, my lords. God be with you.
Wow. Is there a save? Oh, there is. Okay. Seems like a good place to save. Save. Okay. Village. 1429. Okay. Right. Well. There's a witch. Very suspicious. What is this? It's got booze in it? Okay, so now you kind of can probably see why my initial impression was to compare it to Kingdom Come Deliverance. For multiple reasons, but honestly I do think it's going to be quite different than that.
The last time I heard such tales was from my grandmother when I was a little boy.
There has to be something behind them, though. Clearly he's exaggerating, but I doubt he made up everything.
Right. That's always
We've
how it
already seen
is,
the
right?
bandits. And the empty grave should be easy enough to verify.
I'm more interested in that witch. If she's even remotely close to the description, I'd like to take a look at her.
I'd like to take a look at her.
Lead the way, Alex.
I also think it's hilarious and very coincidental that my first instinct was Kingdom Come Deliverance, and then Tom McKay happens to be one of the voice actors. Isn't that weird? It's very strange. Okay, hello, sir. Such fine masters. Okay, well, let's go have a look-ski around and whatnot.
Gentlemen, I require your assistance.
Who said that? Merch. Oh! Thrift before fun. Oh my god. I knew it was him mostly because of the exclamation point. So good job. That's funny.
What's the matter?
I'm a merchant, stranded in this village because my cart has a broken wheel.
Oh.
Perhaps you can help me.
Sure, why not?
What would you have us do?
I need you to gather 15 wolf pelts, 30 bars of iron, and 50 bouquets of wild flowers.
And this fixes your wheel how?
How exactly would those items help with your cart?
And surely you can just hire some of the locals instead.
Don't think too hard about this, gentlemen. Will you gather the items or not?
Are you out of your mind, man? Do we look like we have nothing better to do with our time?
Yeah. Does this look like an MMORPG to you, sir?
We don't have time for this nonsense.
Well, if you'd like to save time, perhaps you can just give me some money instead. This way you'll still get the reward, but you won't have to do anything for it.
You've got some nerve.
Yeah.
And you don't look like you're hard up for money at all.
Oh, I'm not. In fact, I'm obscenely wealthy. But I could always use more.
Right. Right.
May I interest you in some armor for your horse? Or a different color uniform? Perhaps you'd like to see me in my underwear. I'm not a proud man.
God, no.
I'll literally do anything for money.
Let's go before I do something I regret.
Oh my god, that's freaking hilarious. Good job,
Wait,
devs. Good job.
What about an orange sword? It's orange, my lord.
If it's made out
Orange.
of cheese, you sold. So that's the merchant, Mr. Meme. Mr. Video Game Meme. Have you met him? Trying to sell us horse armor. The nerve! The nerve! I wonder if they'll find a way to put that in the final game, or the final release of the game. Because, I mean, obviously it's super fourth wall breaking, but quite funny. Hi there. So we're looking for, do I actually, oh, I do have a journal. Objectives. Investigate the village, talk to, we did do that, right? Characters. Oh, the witch. Oh, damn! Oh, that's a spoiler game. Spoiler. Dimitri. This is the guy who I believe is voiced by Tom McKay. Okay. And then I am Alex? Unit's most junior member. Recruited into the Imperial Secret Intelligence because of his outstanding accomplishment in the Imperial Academy and even more outstanding last name. The young cornet shows great potential but has no meaningful experience to speak of yet. Alright, some of these people we haven't met yet. So, I heard him say there was a graveyard. Let's go see what these people are doing over here. Is this another broken wagon? Hello? Ooh. Cemetery. Yeah, cemetery. So you don't have to be rude. Hi there. You're the border guards then, are you? Gotcha. Okay. Shift makes you walk, by the way. Said something about the cemetery. Does that mean it's over here? Oh, I see it. I see crosses up ahead. So we will be investigating the dug up graves.
Well,
Oh!
Someone has been digging up the graves.
I know.
The brigands?
Can't rule it out. They certainly seemed crazy enough.
I don't see any evidence of wolfmen.
Does that surprise you?
No.
That grave over there. It's fresh.
The alderman didn't mention any recent deaths in the village.
No, he didn't.
Let's dig it up. Let's dig it up. Are we gonna dig it up? Are we gonna, I mean, is that too much hard labor for us? Okay. I guess we'll check out these dug graves. Or maybe that's just something we have to ask him about now? Yeah, they're dead. They took everything. It's usually like a crazy cult of dudes wearing hats. So they could be wearing like Wolfman hats, you know? Or hats made out of the heads of wolves. Entirely possible. Yeah, they're all dug up. That's true. Indeed it is. But other than that, there's not much to see here, I don't think. Can't seem to interact with anything, so I suppose we'll head back and ask him about this new grave, which is, you know, it doesn't look like they buried the guy very far underneath, because there's a lot of land up above, which is strange. Very hasty job. Hey, chicken. You look like a very important chicken. Anyone else want to talk to me? I need to go find the house. Do I have a map? Oh, I do. Oh, great. Okay, good. Current objective. Can I make a current objective? Investigate the village. Talk to the Elderman. I mean, we do have to go back and talk to the Elderman again. I'm guessing that's just not working right now. That's fine. But yeah, one of the houses used to be the witch's house. Let's hope that that's not as far away as those things. What is this? Is it like a weird giant swing? I don't know. Alright, let's see if this guy's got anything more to say to us. Also, I'm going to save again. Just in case, because the game could crash at any moment, you know. Hello.
My lords, I am at your service.
Was there a recent death?
Was there a recent death in the village?
Nay, my lord. Why do you ask?
Why is there a freshly dug grave in the cemetery then?
Oh, aye, my lord. There was a death, but 'twas not in the village. One of our boys, the beasts tore into pieces they did, near the old monastery, south of here. Some men from there brought us his body a few days ago.
I know the place. A few hours' ride from here.
Why didn't you mention that to
Yeah.
us earlier?
I was afeard to commit a capital crime, my lords. I took your warning to heart.
We warned you against telling us tall tales. Hard facts are something else entirely.
Beg pardon, my lord. I was a simple man. I didn't know.
Uh-huh. Playing dumb, eh?
Do you know anything about his death?
Only that it must have been the beasts. No mortal man has that sort of wicked strength.
That's it for now.
So you're
Goodbye.
just assuming
God be
everything.
with you.
Yes, God be with you. Okay. So if I look at the map now, we're here. Okay. And then the graveyard was there. It'll be nice if we can... Answers in the village. Let's just, we'll just keep looking around. I suppose we'll just...
Torn to shreds by beasts. We need to examine that corpse.
You two. Grab a shovel and follow us to the cemetery.
Oh, damn.
My lord, there's wicked beasts there, there is.
No, there's not.
That was an order, not a request.
Aye, my lord.
Yeah, quit being pansies.
The smell.
Ooh.
All right. Let's try to figure out what happened to him. Well, not exactly torn to shreds, but still. Both arms and one leg separated from his body. The other leg is severely dislocated.
The alderman spoke true, my lord. No man could have done this. Only a beast of such strength.
Nah.
What do you think, Alex?
Oh, they were ripped off?
The soft tissue around his joints is torn and shredded. His limbs were ripped off, not cut.
Takes a lot of force to rip a man's arms and legs off.
They could have had him in some kind of like torture contraption or something. But let's keep an open mind.
It's a big and mysterious world. Who's to say that there isn't a monster out there?
Poetic as that sounds, let's put in a bit more effort before we settle on a fairy tale as the answer.
I agree.
Take a look at his face. Covered in bruises, missing teeth.
Did you know him?
Aye, my lord. He was from our village. Disappeared about a moon ago, I reckon.
He clearly hasn't been dead for that long.
Aye, my lord. They found him 4 days ago, they did.
Where has he been for that past month?
The beasts had him, my lord.
None in the village know what they's wanted with him.
Right.
Did he have any enemies?
Enemies? Nay, my lord. He was a quiet boy. Never was in no trouble.
And yet someone roughed him up pretty well.
I don't know. I think I'll keep a level head for now, I suppose.
He was beaten severely before his death. By men, I'd wager.
Yeah.
Look closely at his wrists and ankles.
Fresh scars.
Yeah.
Rope burns.
That's what I was
Someone
thinking.
must have tied him down.
One of those, like, you know, those contraptions that pull you apart, limb from limb. Those were medieval, right? Check his ooh, loot him.
Pockets are empty.
Maybe he was robbed.
Something's in his boot. Interesting. Piece of paper with scribbles.
Jackpot.
What does it say?
I can't make any sense of it.
Unlikely that he was literate. Whatever he scribbled on there made sense only to him.
If that. But certainly peasant scribbles are of no interest to us.
They might be.
So what do you think happened to him?
You tell us.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Quartered by horses. Ah, he could have been. Yeah, he could also have been tied to horses. That's true. Ugh, God, what a terrible way to die. He was killed by a romantic rival. Where the frick would I get that idea? He wrote a note and committed suicide. He was quartered by horses. He was tied down and robbed. He was torn up by wild animals. He was killed by a monster. I think he was tied down and robbed by bandits. I mean, not horses weren't the murderers, though. If I say that, is that meaning the horses killed him? Because, I mean, even if the horses did pull him apart, it doesn't mean that they tied him up. But it was probably not bandits, because it looks like a terrible crime. Like a, you know, something very deep and special crime. Let's go with bandits, I guess. I don't know, though. The horses thing seems... Screw it. I'll go with my gut.
Limbs torn from his body, rope burns on his wrists and ankles. It's true. No man has such strength. But a horse does.
Very good, Alex. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
But, my lord, why would a horse wish to kill a
See,
man?
this is the problem.
Perhaps he was mistreating it, he was.
Aye. Or maybe he didn't feed her proper and she got hungry.
No, you idiots.
Someone tied his arms and legs to horses using ropes, and then had him quartered.
Why? We didn't think of that, my lord.
It's because you're dumb.
Shocking.
You've
Yeah.
seen enough.
Shocking.
Bury him again.
Aye, my lord.
I want to look at that note that was in his boot. Talk to the witch behind the village. Investigate the village cemetery. Okay. Didn't we already investigate the cemetery? Are we investigating it more? Or is that what I just did? I'm just gonna check like one of these open graves just in case. All right, I think this is probably like the. I don't know what else we need to investigate here, but the witch on the hill behind the cemetery, or behind the village. So I guess here, I suppose. Kind of wish I could just fast travel back to the village, honestly. Since we did something, let's save the game again. I like how we're starting off, you know, as an intelligence officer and we're investigating a crime. That's always like right up my alley. Whenever there's a murder mystery, I'm so on board.
Who could have done that to him? And why?
Certainly not Imperial men. At least not in any official capacity.
Right.
This sort of punishment is no longer practiced in the Empire. Not even for high treason.
Yeah, it's pretty messed
Maybe
up.
It was personal.
A dagger in the back, a poisoned drink, an axe to the head at most. That's how one gets rid of a personal enemy. But to have a man quartered? What the hell is going on in those homesteads?
I take it that's our next stop?
First, I'd like to have a look at that witch.
Yeah, you want to have a look at her boobies. Don't you, Henry? I mean, Dimitri. By the way, I also read on the Steam page that there will be the ability to indulge in your dark desires. And by dark desires, I mean, you know, the ladies. So I'm sure you're all looking forward to that. They have a lot of interesting plans for the game, and if you want to know all the details, there is a lot of it on the Steam page. So go and scroll down. They have it all nicely organized on there, and they talk about a lot of their plans and stuff, and it's really cool. I approve of all of it. You know, for everything being placeholder, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, yeah, everyone looks kind of like Play-Doh, but it's like if it was cleaned up a little bit, I think it would be passable. However, I'm definitely holding out hope. I'm going the wrong way. I'm definitely holding out hope that they are going to make this, you know, a really, really solid game in the way that it looks and behaves and stuff. And I think it needs to do that. It can't just be, you know, a half-ass situation. And it sounds like they know that. They're well aware of that. So let's show them support if we can. If we can. This is definitely a game that I'm really interested in playing when it comes out, and I really want to know what you guys think. And if you can, you know, share this video, show it to people, let people know that this game exists. This is not my horse. So that we can, you know, help them out. Which one's mine? Is mine the white one? I can't remember. Which one's my horse? Do I even need my horse? Maybe I just am supposed to walk still. Seems like it. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go this way. Hello, sir. What are you doing? So what if she be a witch who's without sin these days? Yeah, that's true. I'm not a witch. Okay. Oops. I got turned around again like a dumb idiot. What are you guys looking at down there? Oh. Ooh. Man. Tough break. Well, I don't have time for a side quest, so, maybe later when the game comes out. Shooba-dooba-doo, boo-doo. Shooba-dooba-dooba-doo.
According to the Elderman, the witch's house should be up this hill.
I wonder if there's going to be a trail of breadcrumbs.
We'll find out soon enough.
The alderman painted quite the picture of this witch. Lush black hair and large, supple breasts. Sounds like my kind of foul magic.
Aren't you worried?
About what?
That she might turn you into a frog.
Or
you
a
took the words
mute.
right out of my mouth.
I'll be alright.
Missed opportunity.
Besides, all you'd need to do is take me to a princess and have her give me a kiss.
That only works if it's true love.
What's not to love?
Right.
You
Still, I think I'd
rogue,
rather keep you in
Dimitri.
my pond as a pet.
Glad to know I can count on you.
Don't worry. I'll feed you nothing but the finest flies and mosquitoes in the Empire.
Friend indeed.
Indeed. She turned me into a newt. I got better. But probably when the game comes out, there'll be some other stuff to do along the way, like side quests, maybe some collectibles, maybe some flowers to get.
The lady!
Hello.
They've come for the lady!
Kill him!
Oh shit, not this guy. Hold on. How do I shoot my gun? Is that one of the buttons? Pistol. Oh, just press the mouse wheel. Oh, okay. So shift plus left mouse is heavy attack.
Not fast enough!
Oh, I know, and I gotta dodge more too. Woo! Woo! Not enough energy. Oh! 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 Oh Lord, good thing I saved. I don't have any bullets left. That might be true. I'd like to focus on this other guy here. Oh shit, wrong button. Oh, come on, I got him, he's dead. Yeah, help me out, Okay. Oh, come on. Well, I did better. Let's see if the game will actually let me load my save.
Kill him!
It'll get a lot better. All right. Shoot him. Did I totally miss? Yes. Am I able to reload? Doesn't seem like it.
You won't touch the lady.
Oh. Wait, is he attacking us? Ooh. Okay, so I can block without stamina, but I can't, Oh, shit. I can't do anything else. And it takes a while to get stamina back, too. How did I miss that? Oh, come on. I really should have... Nice. Nice, dude. Nice. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, get him, boys. Backstab. Oh, God. Don't kill me, dude. Come on, hit him. Hit him. Oh, for Christ's sake. I did a power attack. Didn't work. Or maybe just make the stamina regenerate a lot faster. That would help too. Okay, you're dead. I don't like how all of these guys are after me. This seems like a better strat. Just let my friends finish them off. Oops. See, I'm not exactly sure why that did not hit. Okay, mono a mono. Let's do this. There we go. Oh yeah. Okay. That's better. Yes, get him. How did that not get? Okay. Whew.
Such
Thank goodness.
dashing officers. To what do I owe the pleasure, gentlemen?
Hello.
The pleasure is all ours.
Have you got a
Oh,
lollipop
my.
in your hair?
Take it away, Alex.
Right.
My lord.
You're not concerned that we killed your guards? Yeah, that's a bit weird.
You don't seem all that broken up over the fact that we just killed your protectors.
Protectors? That's certainly one way to put it. And I suppose they had their uses.
Uh-huh.
But as a woman living alone, I had mixed feelings about armed men loitering outside my home, particularly considering that I was given no say in the matter.
The villagers are under the impression that you bewitched these men.
Is that so? My, they have wild imaginations out here, don't they?
You're clearly familiar with these brigands. Who were they?
Familiar is perhaps too strong a term, my lord. They showed up outside my door 2 weeks ago, quite drunk, and declared their intention to have their way with me. For men with no apparent education, they were unexpectedly eloquent and verbose in describing their designs.
Did they hurt you?
They were quite certain in their belief that I would relish the once-in-a-lifetime experience they were about to bestow upon me. As you may imagine, I was not as thrilled at the prospect. So I inquired whether the locals had informed them of my wicked powers. They replied that they did not fear the devil's whore, as they so poetically put it. I noted their courage, but then asked whether they feared the devil himself. For would he not seek to punish those that dare violate his property?
What happened then?
Evidently, in their rush to grace me with their company, they had failed to consider that point. Some of them expressed doubts, which grew into concerns and eventually escalated into quite the debate. Once verbal arguments had exhausted themselves, they proceeded to a more physical way of settling their differences. I waited with bated breath for them to come to a consensus. Fortunately, the side that was against defiling me in ways that decency does not permit to mention finally prevailed. They resolved to make camp near the woods and ponder the matter overnight. I gave them a brew to calm their nerves, and had sincerely hoped that I would never see them again.
But they came back.
At the crack of dawn the following morning, I had feared the worst, but instead they dropped to their knees and begged me to call off the devil's servants. Naturally, I was quite surprised, but proceeded to tell them that they had nothing to fear, provided they would not let a hair on my head come to harm. In retrospect, perhaps I should have worded that differently. For after they had finished profusely thanking me for my mercy, they resolved to never leave my side, nor to let anyone else come near me. They had camped outside my home ever since, and had been quite diligent in collecting any stray hairs that fell to the ground.
What caused them to have such a sudden change of heart?
They had been under the impression that the devil sent monsters after them for transgressing against me. Something about ghosts and wolfmen or some such. What it really was they saw that night, I know not.
Okay.
The villagers say that you changed your appearance using sorcery.
Sorcery? Is that what the locals call the occasional bath and a touch of makeup?
No, they said you were once a grey old woman.
Old woman? I'm 24. Oh, good lord. How dense are these people? The grey old woman, she was my grandmother. She had lived out here all her life while I grew up in town with my father. She came to visit me a few months back, but unfortunately fell ill and passed away.
Do you have evidence of this, grandmother?
I thought you were too well-spoken to be from around here. Who was your father?
He was a merchant, and I his only daughter. Of course, he strove to give me the best education he could. And in addition, I had learned a good deal about herbalism from my grandmother, considered perhaps taking up her trade.
How did you end up out here?
My father passed away this winter. Unbeknownst to me, he had significant debts and had mortgaged our house twice over. I have no other family, and when the creditors came calling, I had nowhere to go. So I decided to come here, to Grandma's house. I summered here frequently as a little girl, so I know the area well.
Okay, that does make sense, I suppose.
Do you know anything of these monsters that everyone here is on about?
Only stories I overheard from my erstwhile guardians. Something about men with heads of wolves. Somebody digging up the graves at the cemetery. And that poor young man that was torn to pieces 4 days ago.
Yeah, about that.
I dare not pry, gentlemen, but surely 3 Imperial Guardsmen are not out here merely for some local superstitions. Perhaps I may be of assistance?
We kind of were, but...
rumors blaming the Emperor for all the supposed horrors that have befallen these parts. Have you heard anything?
I've not been here long, but my so-called protectors mentioned something about a wise man. He's been opening the eyes of the oppressed, or something to that effect.
Hmm.
In fact, that's how they ended up here to begin with. They were on their way to see him. I believe they mentioned he was in the homesteads near the old monastery.
All roads lead to the monastery.
Thank you for your help.
At your service, my lords.
Okay. Return to your horses. Well, that all does make sense. And it doesn't seem like she would have any reason to murder this kid. So we will go investigate this wise man, if indeed he is actually wise. But first, let's look around this house and see if they've planted any cool things for us to find. Don't really see much. She's got gardens. A semi-normal looking house. But she is like, she does look very out of place, you know? She's got jewelry on, a hairpin. She's wearing makeup, which I know it's an alternate universe. It's not really this time period in real life Russia, but still, makeup in the early 19th century. Maybe if you're royalty or Egyptian or something. Oh, there's some bones there. How nice. Okay, well, I'm going to end the episode here.
Well, she certainly seemed pretty easy, but I don't know if I'd go so far as the devil's whore. I wouldn't mind getting to know her a bit. Shame we're in a rush.
Seemed like a nice enough girl to me. And it's not exactly surprising that the local women aren't thrilled by her presence.
What is surprising is the dedication of the men protecting her. Something's off here. I've seen frightened men, but not like this.
Maybe it's not about fear.
What then?
Did you see her?
She's all right.
All right. If Alex and I weren't here, you'd be getting to know her a bit right now.
Oh, sure, I'd fuck her. I wouldn't die for her.
Whoa!
These men did the opposite. That's what I don't understand.
I mean, yeah, I
You've never
agree
seen a
that
man
is...
give his life for a beautiful woman.
I have.
Where's our friend?
And I've never been able to understand it.
Why do I even bother?
We need to find that wise man in the homesteads.
We will. Okay, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna stop the episode here. If you guys would like me to play more of this first chapter of the game in this extremely early alpha state, please reply in the comments below and let me know what you think. And smash like if you think this game is promising, or smash dislike if you absolutely hate it. But if you absolutely hate it, then I don't know, maybe you should just be nice, okay? Just be nice. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope the game isn't broken now that we're missing our other compadre, but we shall find out next time if we do play more. That's all up to you guys. Let me know in the comments below. Please go to the Steam page and just check out this game and read through what they have planned for the final release, and use this snippet, this preview of the game as kind of like a prototype for the whole situation. Like, lots of stuff is placeholder. The combat is going to be entirely different. All these characters are probably going to be redone. I'm assuming the voice acting still needs some work, although it seems pretty good. I mean, it's like, I don't know where the quality is going to be at in the final release. I'm not expecting it to be as nice as Kingdom Come Deliverance was, but, you know, it might be almost there. Who knows? It seems like they have a good plan. So I'm really rooting for these guys. Go developers. You can do it. Everybody, go show them some support on the Steam page. And thank you for watching my video. Share this video with your friends. Let them all know this glorious game to be. Hopefully. I hope it can be all that it can be. And until then, I'll keep you guys updated. Subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you next time. Stay cheesy, everybody!